if there are someone on it.
Recording in progress.
Okay, before we have this panel, I would like to especially thanks to those two organizers who are FC MetaACES theme-based international conference series and special interest group of AI in education and society, National Science and Technology Council, Taiwan. Thanks for them to organize this such a very interesting forums. I'm Ben Zhang from National Central University, Taiwan, and it's my honor to moderate this forum today. This forum is very special. All the panelists are from Taiwan, and today we will have Zhi-Hong from National Taiwan Normal University, Zhi-Yuen from Yuanzhi University, and Hui-Chun from National Central University, my college, and Kelvin Liao from National Central University as well. And the first presenter will be Zhi-Yuen. His title is Design Issues of Learning Companions or as Scaffolding for Learning. And the second one will be Liao Chang-Yen. His topic is very interesting, which is Hakka Storyteller. Design a chatbot-based learning companions to stimulate students' curiosity of Hakka stories. Hakka is a very is a group of people in Taiwan. And the third one is Hui-Chun Huang. His title is Applied ChatGPT as Learning Companions for STEM Education, Preliminary Design of Inquiry-Based Activities. And the last one is Zhi-Hong. His title is Using Pet-like Learning Companions to Support Educational and Emotional Values. So let us welcome Zhi-Yuen. Zhi-Yuen, please.
Okay, do you see the PowerPoint?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, do you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes, please.
Oh, okay,
please.
okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Zhi-Yuen Zhou. I will talking about the design issue of learning companion is scaffolding for learning. Okay, Bukowski proposed the law of the proximal development. The law of the proximal development is the difference between the tests that the student can do by themselves and the tests that students can do with assistance. The assistance can be from more knowledgeable peers or adults, including sharing tests or modeling tests to students or providing feedback to help the children to complete the test. There is the scaffolding. This assistant is scaffolding. And the assistant or the scaffolding can be provided by the artificial learning companions. The learning companion is the simulated student. The learning companion can share the text and modeling and provide feedback. And the learning companion can be designed for the special pedagogy purpose. For example, the learning companion can provide different opinion or different solution to the student to allow the complete. And the learning campaign can adapt to the student. So the design issues, how to design a learning companion is scaffolding for learning. I was talking about the 4 issues. The first issue is how to partition text into subtext, so that the different subtext can be by different value agents. The second use is the role assignment. Assign the role and the subtext to agents. This is so-called social scaffolding. The third issue is we can provide a scaffolding tool to help the student. And the fourth issue is how to fading the scaffolding. Okay, let's see the first issue. A learning text can be partitioned into subtext, or tutoring or tutoring. Okay. How can a learning text activity be partitioned into several subtests of sub-activity for various agents? For example, some activity they include many sub-activities. For example, comprehension include 4 activities: summarizing, questioning, clarifying, and prediction. So each subtext can be assigned to different agents. And for example, programming can be partitioned into planning how to code, and the second coding, and the third agent can be played as the tutoring, a tutoring to and tutoring about the planning and about the coding. And a learning text can be partitioned into subtext of tutoring or tutoring. For example, the tutoring, the student learning by working on the solution while being tutored. And another student can be as the tutor, then learning by tutoring. This is learning by teaching. The student can learning by modeling the text to the tutor, or they can learning by creation, explaining, or prompting the tutor to help the tutor to complete the test. So dividing the text into subtests can provide more learning activity for the student. The second issue is the role assignment. How to assign the roles and subtests to agent. The agent can be human peers or human teachers, and also can be the artificial learning companion with different capabilities and companions. For example, some learning companion can be weak companions or strong companions. For example, we can decide to for the student to tutoring a weak companions, so that the student need more efforts and allows more learning opportunity. Sorry, I have a typo. There's more effort. Okay. And the study have shown that students have various preferences regarding the roles and the competence of agent. Some students prefer to interact with strong companion, and some prefer to interact with the weak companion. And then some students prefer to compete with the learning companion, and then some students prefer to collaborate with the companion. And for example, we can assign a student as the tutor. They solve the problem. And another student is assigned as a tutor to help the tutor. But the student may have not ability to do the role of the tutor. So there can be a tutor's tutor to help the tutor, the student tutor to do the role of the tutor. the tutor student can be a human teacher or intelligent tutor assistant. And a learning companion can be provided as a virtual tutor. So the student play the role of a tutor to teach the learning companion. And the learning companion can also be a virtual tutor to help the tutor. So the student can play the different role as a tutor or the tutor to interact with the learning companion. For example, the student can compete with the learning companion with the coach or under the a virtual tutor. And the student can cooperate with the learning companion. For example, the companion can be as a curator, and one was while the other watched. And the other option is the companion as a curator working on the same problem and through the resolving sharing. And this is an example. Okay, the student can cooperate with the companion and to compete with another team. Another team also have another student to cooperate with the companion. So the student cooperate with the companion to compete another group. So this is another example. For example, we just say the programming can be divided into the 3 activities: planning, coding, and tutoring. So the program 1, we can assign the student to do the planning, and the coding and the tutoring they have another learning companion, 2 companions to do the job. But the second program, the student can do the coding. And the third question, the student can do the tutoring. So the student can restrict to play different roles. But at the same time, the student can watch the learning companion to do the others test. So the student can learn from the learning companion's modeling. And this is an example. For example, the student at the problem 1, the student can be a tutor and the learning companion are tutor. But on the second problem, the student can be the tutor and the learning companion are tutor. In the third issue, we can provide some scaffolding tools. So what kind of scaffolding tool can be applied? For example, community tool. We can provide some community tool to help the student to do their job. For example, to solve the problem or programming or to do to help them to do the tutor. And we also can provide some meta-cognitive tool. For example, self-regulating learning tool. For example, to help students to self-assessment or self-reflection. And also they can provide some communication and collaborative tool to help the student to communicate with other students or communicate with the learning companion. For example, this is the program called Chang for the tutor to help them to program. But the student use the code Chang so that the student don't care about the sentence error or this code Chang. This is an example scaffolding tool for the tutor to help the student to diagnose the tutor's program, whether the program is correct or not. And if the students, if the tutor's program is not correct, and the scaffolding tool can help the tutor to provide approach hint. And the first issue is how to fit the scaffolding. It includes what the effect with and the various scaffolding. The scaffolding, the effect with scaffolding concerned about whether the student complete a learning test under the scaffolding condition. And the effects of the scaffolding, there is after the removal of the scaffolding, concerns about whether or not the student still complete learning tests without the scaffolding. So this example, we can design for the step one, the student do the tutoring to solve the problem. Then the students know the duty, and they have the social scaffolding. They a learning companion as a virtual tutor, and the student have the scaffolding scaffolding tool, tutoring tools. So to do to help the student to do the learning test. But in the second stage, the tutoring tool can be fading. So, for example, in the stage one, the student can use the program called Chang. But in the stage two, the student need to input the code. So the student need to consider and care about the syntax. So the stage two, the student also do the tutoring and with the scaffolding of the virtual tutor. But on the third stage, the student can also play the role of tutoring. So the student play the role of tutor reciprocity. And the social scaffolding, a learning companion, either with a virtual tutor or the virtual tutee. And the student have the tutoring tool to help the student to do the job of the tutor. But in the fourth stage, the tutoring tool can be fading. Also, this is an example of how to fading the scaffolding. Okay, this is about I'm talking about how to design the issue to design a learning companion system as scaffolding for learning, including how to partition tests into subtests and how to assign roles and the subtests to various agents, including human agent and the virtual learning companion. And we can also provide some scaffolding tool. And we also need to design how to fading the scaffolding. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks Zhi-Yuen for the sharing, which is design issue sets of learning companions as scaffolding for learning. And let us move to the second presenter. The second presenter is Liao Chang-Yen. Okay, his title is Design a chatbot-based learning companions to stimulate students' curiosity of Hakka stories. Chang-Yen, please.
Okay. Can see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Chang-Yen Liao, come from National Central University. Today, I will share my project. Project is about Hakka storytelling, designing and chatbot-based learning companion to stimulate student curiosity of Hakka stories. Sorry. As we all know, the variety of the Hakka language usage is very greatly dimensionation. Based on the assessment of the variety of the Taiwan Hakka language use in UNESCO indicator, we know about the Hakka language usage, about the indicator 4 and the indicator 6. Hakka language is very used very low. We also can look at indicator 5, response to new language of new things, and sorry. Okay. Sorry. So we know the 3 new media about the Hakka radio and the Hakka TV and the Hakka internet. And the 2 new field of education, a new field of education. But some results show that the 3 media and the 2 field of education, the use is very low. Additionally, we know the digital storytelling as a learning tool. So we can find some study say the potential of the digital storytelling in learning and teaching, such as listen to the story or create story or share stories. In addition, we know the creation of a Hakka story has been greatly completed. Some Hakka story is it's very helpful. So we think that how to stimulate student interest in Hakka story or Hakka language. So we use the storytelling, the strategy, hence how to present Hakka story through the storytelling is a challenge. Maybe we can use sound or pictures or text or interactive form to inspire the students' interest. So another, we know relevant years, some study use the chatbot in education because the chatbot is a conversational agent or the learning companions. So we can use the chatbot-based learning companions using promote school participation or for student independent practice or support student learning process. So therefore, this study proposed the chatbot-based companions. We use a dialogue mechanism and the Hakka story task. We provide Hakka story sound and support student learning curiosity. This is our system picture. So we use stimulate learning curiosity. We about the interesting or and the deprivation. The first about the interesting is a feeling of interesting. The mean is knowing and wanting to become more proficient. It's about funny. Or and the 2 strategy we refer the feeling and depression. The depression means facing the information gap and want to fit it. So basically, it's a theory. We use the 2 strategy. The first strategy is the feeling of interesting. We basically design the 3 mechanisms. The first, the story view and the story talking practice and the story content note. So let's demo the system. The about the story creation, we can see the system. The system student click the story creation. The system can provide the 10 series space. Then student can check 1 story. Okay. Okay. Also, student can view the story contents. I can show the system. Then the student click the contents. The system can provide Hakka story contents. Student can choose some contents to look at. And the student can use the system record student voice. Maybe demo. And student can record voice and listen voice. Then play the last record the voice. So also we can provide the student a story notice. The student can note some important statement. Okay. Last is a feeling of the interesting. I call this a strategy is a fun strategy. Let's we introduce gap strategy. A strategy about provide unknowing stories for students. So we can provide student listening the story. Can you listen the voice?
No.
No? I can.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So student can listen the story, use the voice. This mode difference the test mode. Okay. We provide the 3 ALCs because the Hakka language have 6 ALCs. The 3 ALCs is more population. Okay, then student can also the viewing and learning profile. A student can check the profile. Okay, this is our system. So we want to know what is influence of a storyteller on the student. So we propose 2 questions. What are the student choice of action, and what change in curiosity do student experience? So so we conduct a pilot study. We invite the two class in join the study. So we use the story content and the themes. This is our story collection. We have 2 themes. Okay, the first result about the student action choice. So based on our results, we know the student choice of actions is in the listening and the reading. It's 2 parts. And we also interview the student. We analyze the interview data about the feeling of interesting and the feeling of deprivation. The student feedback indicates about the curiosity has a positive influence. So we also follow up the study. We also the continuous development and introduce to the more fields. Okay, this is our my study. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Chang-Yen, for the interesting sharing, which is a Hakka storytelling storyteller system and the preliminary result. Okay, so the next one is Hui-Chun. The title is Applied ChatGPT as Learning Companions for STEM Education. ChatGPT is the very hard topic recently, so let's welcome Hui-Chun.
Okay, thank you. Did you hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. Hello, everyone. Yeah, good afternoon. And I'm Hui-Chun from the National Central University, and I'm very honored to be here to share our preliminary design. Yeah, we believe that we all agree we are witnessing the prioritized shift from how toward how ChatGPT or how generative AI can make a more interactive and personalized learning experience. So today I want to share my experience to apply ChatGPT as a learning companion for STEAM educations. And this example of the very preliminary design of inquiry-based activities. Okay, so when we talk about the STEAM educations level, there are very important part is maker education. And the maker education is a very special approach that is focused on and emphasize on the hands-on activities to translate your concept idea into a tangible products. Yeah, and in the process of the maker educations, they might depend on the different students' diverse learning needs or their diverse backgrounds. So they might meet the different challenges or difficult in the learning processes. So this research try to using the generate AI, especially for the ChatGPT, to as a learning companions to enhance students' inquiry-based learning. Okay, so when we talk about the generation AI in educations, we might see there are a wide range of applications, no matter in automations or intelligent systems, even the recommendation systems. So we believe that they have a potential to provide the personalized and adaptive learning experience, especially for the STEAM educations. Because as you know, STEAM educations is emphasized shift beyond not only memorizations, but we also focus on the inquiry skill or problem solving skills. So if we can using or apply the ChatGPT to enhance the students to develop their inquiry skill or problem solving skill, so we think that must be very helpful. And when we talk about the roles of the generative AI in educations, yeah, the studies about from the Professor Huang and the Chen just mentioned that the generated AI can play 6 different roles in education. The first is tutor, the second student, then is a learning companion, and the domain expert, and the manager. And the last one is the learning tools. And in our study, we try to examine the ChatGPT as a tool, as a dual roles. The first is learning companions. So maybe we can using the ChatGPT as a learning companion to ethically to contribute to their group discussion and to help students, no matter the brainstorming or their ideation. Okay, and the second is we can using the ChatGPT as a domain expert. The domain expert roles can provide the more information and provide a problem solving solution and valuable insights to amplify students' technology in inquiry ability and motivation. Okay, so this is the 2 main roles want to imply ChatGPT as in this study, in our activity design. And we further talk about the ChatGPT because we all know their ability to, it can understand and generate the human-like text to allow the all kind of dynamic interactions. Yeah, so you're also providing a personalized support and guidance to students in real time. Yeah, so I think that's very important when students doing their maker activities. So if we have the ChatGPT as a learning guidance or learning companions in real time, so they might be make the more personalized environment. Okay, so this is our example. Yeah, this how to do the inquiry learning design with the generative AI. So this activity topic is the AIoT, and the topic is a smart home. Smart home. So this activity will also cooperate with two middle school information technology teachers in Taiwan. That's Zhang Shengwen and Lin Yu-Zhen. Yeah, we just decide 5 weeks activities. Yeah, the object is to try to let students know how to using the like Arduino components, for example, like the frame sensor or the light sensor or the LED component to build out their own. They need to using this component to design their own smart home. Yeah, so they might figure out what smart homes concept is and how to build out step by step. Yeah, I hope in this activity they can practically involve and enable students to inquire knowledge about November sensing technology or identify their recognition or the language control about all the hardware and software, and eventually to enhance their inquiring skill and problem solving skills. So this is our topic, and the audience is the middle school students. Yeah, and then we have 5 sessions, so it's about 5 weeks, and for each session is 45 minutes. And the software is Arduino IDE, and the hardware material is about including the Arduino board, the sensors, yeah, and some Arduino components. And this PowerPoint slide just lists the 5 sessions about our activity design, including the session 1 is exploration of IoT concepts. So student will get to know how to introduce, get to know what is the smart home. So they will watch the smart home video and image and try to discuss with ChatGPT what's their concept. And I hope ChatGPT can, as a domain expert, to give the students a lot of information to try to provide students the idea or the solution to make them to do their prototype. And the section 2 is creative design. So students will explore like a sensor application or the sense design with the AI guidance. So the ChatGPT in these sections, they will also further provide focus on each hardware or software and how to use and their functions. And the section 3 is the hardware assemble. So students start to constructing the smart home prototype, including the structured assembly and the sensor replacement. And the section 4 is the verification and observation. So students can test the system through programming and observe the sensor's reaction and try to optimize the performance. And in these sessions, if students face some difficulty or their systems results not so great, so they also can ask ChatGPT how to improve how to improve their systems or any other suggestion? Yeah. So the session 5 is showcase and reflection. So student will present the prototype in the whole class, in front of the whole class. So they will share each other's showcase and do the reflection and the communication with each other. So this is the 5 sessions in our activities. Yeah, and this is the situation as student how to using the Arduino board and also using ChatGPT to query some codings. So this started in illustrate how we using the ChatGPT to for the science inquiry and practice activities. And we also summarize the application area and the potential impact. So we found that ChatGPT might serve as an expert or consultants in the learning fields to provide students with a real-time support. And the student also need to have the ability to evaluate, also verify the information, especially the accuracy of the information. Yeah, so this table summarizes the steps about how to apply in the general AI for this kind of inquiry activity. So we have the 5 steps. The first step is the situation guides explanation. Yeah, and in this state, yeah, we need to define the clearly specific challenge for student. Let student understand the whole context and the whole situation. Yeah, and in this part, general AI might act as a domain expert to provide reference and help students to define the problem scope or any solution. Yeah. And the second stage is creative ideation and decide. So this stage is focused on design effective solution. And in this stage, ChatGPT might offer inspiration and example or diverse design suggestion. Yeah. So in this part, we also will actually be not directly to provide the answer, but you need to provide the example or inspiration instead of directly provide the answer. And the third part is the implement and output. So this is the execution part, right? Execution part. So students need to execute their prototype and do the experiment and modeling. And in this part, ChatGPT need to assist in understanding requirement resource and provide guidance and offer the technical support, especially when they build other systems. And the fourth step is verification and appreciation. Yeah, so in this part, students evaluate their solutions and through the appreciation and try maybe they can do some improvement. So in this part, how can GPT or how can general AI can help in this part? We think that in this part, we can use in general AI to try to analyze students' experimental data and help to interpret and understand their results. And the last part is reflection. Yeah. So we need to reflection on the result and identify the error, also propose if they have any improvements. Yeah. And in this part, I think as a teachers, we need to check the dialogue log the student ask the process the student ask the ChatGPT or interactive with the ChatGPT, because I think we can get more understanding students' comprehension ability or the inquiry ability through the data analysis and the students' logs. Okay, so this is the 5 steps. This study we propose to do the application using the generative AI in the inquiry activity. So in our study, we also try to identify several limitations in application of when we apply generated AI in education. Yeah, especially when students especially when ChatGPT as a consultant to offering a real-time feedback. Sometimes they were including the incomplete feedback or the overbroad information. So student might get confused. Yeah, get confused. They don't. We cannot surely have the ability to really understand or can really accept those kind of information. Yeah. So we also were very worried about student might over rely the generative AI and leading a lack of independent thinking. Yeah, or independent a lack of independent thinking or lack of independent contribution. Yeah, so to address this challenge, it's recommended to adjust the assessment method by encouraging students to engage more open-ended question or more personal reflections or group reflections. Yeah, so we just provide the following guidelines. The first is maybe we can create the open-ended questions to stimulate independent thinking and practical applications of classroom knowledge in solve real-world issue. Okay, the second is try to maybe we think we can prioritize the personal reflection or create project to encourage students connect with real life experience so they can express more emotions and values. Also, the third point is to promote students' discussion and collaborative projects. No member collaborate with peers or collaborate with ChatGPT. Yeah, and when they do their presentation, we can encourage teamwork in problem solving and articulating their understanding through oral report. Yeah, so we believe that when we do the oral report or oral presentation, they can make sure they can understand and try to interpret what they get from the ChatGPT and to present again. The last part is evaluate students' inquiry process using observations, yeah, or learning journals, or just what I mentioned. We can analyze the system log, how student interacted with ChatGPT. Yeah, so maybe from those assessments, yeah, we can further understand students, their thinking and decision-making skills for this kind of problem-solving activities. Yeah, so in conclusion, we all believe that applies ChatGPT as a learning companions for STEAM education. It's not just a concept. Yeah, our preliminary design of the inquiry-based activity maybe can reshape the classroom. Yeah, so we just focus on this kind of design and we hope we can unlock the potential and be a more engaged or personalized or effective learning experience. Yeah, so that's all my presentation, and any question or the comment will be very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Hui-Chun, for the interesting presentation. Let us move the next one. Zhi-Hong, Chen Zhi-Hong. His talk is about using pet-like learning companions to support educational and emotional values. I know Zhi-Hong for a while, and I know that he has been devoting on the learning companions design for a while, maybe more than 15 years. So let's welcome Zhi-Hong Chen for his presentation. Zhi-Hong, please.
Okay. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. My presentation title is Using Pet-like Learning Companions to Support Educational and Emotional Values. My name is Zhi-Hong Chen. I'm from National Taiwan Normal University. Okay. This is my outlines, and there are three parts. The first one is two paradigms of AIED, and the second part is educational values of artificial learning companions. And the final part, I will talk about the emotional values of artificial learning companions. Okay. First, about the two paradigms of AIED. One is the intelligent tutoring systems. It means computer owns the expertise of human tutor and provide adaptive instruction and feedback to students. And the second one is learning companion systems, and it means the computer can simulate a peer. The peer maybe do not know everything, whose competence might be as the same as the learner or might weaker than the students. And when we look closely into the ITS, its design, and the ITS has four components. One is domain knowledge, and the second is student model, and the third is pedagogical strategy, and the final one is interface. So he has four parts about what to teach, when to teach, how to teach, and where to teach. So this is the some idea about the ITS. So as you can see, this is the four component of the ITS about the domain knowledge, student model, pedagogical strategy, and interface. And the second paradigm in AID is learning companion system, and the companion simulate a learning peer whose competence might be as the same as the learner. So in a system, the student not only can interact with the intelligent tutor, but he can also interact with the learning companions. It's a social context. So why we need to design learning companions? Because it's soon the prince. It's about the older story. It's the prince will learn better when he study with his classmate, because in such environment, it's a social context, and this is social context is supported by the ZPD, and the ZPD it describes the distance between actual developmental level and the potential developmental levels, and learning companion can facilitate and promote students from actual to potential. So this is about the first part about the true paradigm of the AID. It's about the ITS and learning companion. And we move to the second part about the educational values of artificial learning companions. So in a sense, maybe we can define learning companion or artificial learning companion as they are artificial characters, and maybe learn in a social learning environment. And we also have big dreams. It's about lifelong learning companions. It means that we hope students can interact with many learning companions, and these learning companions have different educational roles, and he can stay with the student from childhood to adulthood. It's a lifelong. So based on the concept, so in the past, there are many system development. For example, you can see it's Lucy, and student can conversation with Lucy, and based on the limited dialogue. And also have different learning companions. They have different competence, maybe stronger than student or weaker than student, and they have personal different personality. And student can interact with multiple learning companions. And some system we are simulate expert. For example, it may be a bug, and he have expert knowledge to guide student to know guide student to understand the knowledge about the plans. And another example is about IP and routing knowledge. And it also have some social training in the military operation, because the operation may be very complex. The context may be in a hospital, and such a system can guide the student to interact with the patient. And also student can learn from the doctors. And this example is about a storytelling system, and the student can interact with the same and learn from the storytelling and storytelling. The learning companion may be a pet, and the student need to nurture the pet and interact with the learning companion. So this is about some example about virtual phones, and we also have different robotic phones. For example, this is a shopping environment, and student can learn different shopping object and accounting. And maybe student can have more rehearsal opportunity before he can really to perform or have a presentation. So the robotic learning companion can also help students to rehearse. So this is a reference about these studies and in the past. And maybe we can simply summary this figure. The learning companion, they can have different educational roles and strategy from the cognitive to emotion. And for example, it can play the intelligent tutor and use the learning by being taught. Maybe he's a companion and collaborate with the student. Maybe he's a troublemaker. He can learning by disturbing on purpose. Maybe he's a teachable agent, and he can use the learning by teaching strategy. Maybe he is animal companion. He can use the learning by nurturing strategies. So this is my second part about we review the different learning companion system, and its educational value is to use their educational roles and strategy to benefit the student. And the final part about the emotional value of artificial learning companions, and we still have a dream. It's about lifelong learning companion. It's for childhood to adulthood, when student can interact the learning companion, and companion can play different educational roles to stay with the students. But we think now new technology are emerging very quickly, and for example, big data, robots, AR, VR, MR, AI, AIoT, and different generative AIs. So maybe we think this time is the best time or good time to rethink how to design lifelong learning companions. So our idea is maybe pet-like learning companion is a candidate to realize the lifelong learning companions. Yeah, because we imagine pet-like learning companion, he can offer educational value, and he can also offer emotional value. Education value is the spectrum of educational roles we discussed above. For example, learning by collaboration, disturbing teaching, or reflection. And another, on the other hand, paid-like learning company, he can provide emotional value, and the student can benefit from nurturing and social emotion or relation and interaction. Okay, we can take us to look at about this part, emotional value. From the perspective of the biologist, they argue children will show love and emotion to their pets, and children also can learn from nurturing, for example, caring and death and responsibility. Okay. So this is the perspective, one perspective. Another perspective is from the writer and the Little Prince. He mentioned nurturing is a kind of the developing relationship with others, and in such developing relationship, a student will learn from many different things. For example, love and be loved, trust and be trusted, and so on. Another final perspective is from the designer, and he mentioned that a student, maybe the toy or the digital pet is not real, but for student, he will perceive subjective reality, and from the HCI, from the interaction, and children also can learn from such interaction. For example, the student will monitor their pet, and maybe he need to feed the pet and clean their house. If their pets are sick, he will take them to hospital. And actually, it's a kind of the monitor and regulation process, so student can benefit. So based on this concept, I mean that paid-like learning company maybe can be a candidate of the lifelong learning company. In the past, we also try to design such system. For example, the first one is a paid-like learning company can play the open learner model, and the pet is kind of the student profile. So student if perform better in his subject, then the pet will healthy and happy. So this design can motivate students to learn and take care of their learning companions. And the learning company also can facilitate group interaction in the classroom, and their different students have a group pet. Okay, this is another example about a Chinese character pet for language learning. Each Chinese character is a pet, different pet. Okay. For example, wood deer. Wood deer is a pet. He need to eat the Chinese character with the radical mu. And for example, Lin Sen Du Qi. And fire lion is a Chinese. He is a pet. He need to eat a Chinese character with the radical fire. For example, 火是在烹. So the student, he need to learn Chinese character and write and feed the pet. And this is a simple learning model about nurturing and staging. So students need to learn this Chinese character and distinguish which radical, and he need to fit the pet, and they also provide some staging that is pet to competition and like a Pokemon. And this is another trial. We designed a pet robot for board games. So it's a hybrid system, and the student can play board games and some connect to the system. And he also can have pet-like learning companion and can have some competition or collaboration with the student. So this is my final slide about a pet-like learning companion. He can be a candidate to realize the lifelong learning companions because he have not only have the educational values about a spectrum of educational roles, but also can provide emotional values to support deeper relationship. And we think that deeper relationship is a key to support a lifelong learning companion. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Okay, thanks, Zhi-Hong. Today we have 4 presenters, and the first one we have the presenter talk about how to design the scaffolding on learning companions issues, and the second one we have the Hakka storytelling system design and presentation, and third one we have the we have the presentation about how to use ChatGPT to enhance inquiry-based learning and problem-solving activities. And the last one, we have a very interesting presentation, which is a pet-like learning companion system, and a very systematical and structured presentation about the pet-like. We still have a little bit time. I'm curious, there is any questions from our audience? Any suggestions or questions from our audience online?
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So I appreciate Zhi-Hong Chan's presentation. He has been talking about the lifelong learning companion. I wonder how the audience or the panelists think about this possibility. Is it possible? How long it will take? Start from a baby and then to before death. So is it really possible? What do you think? I don't know. So I mean, Zhi-Hong Chen mentioned this big dream. My question is whether this big dream can be realized.
Any audience would like to comment or respond to the question proposed by Hui? The question is whether the lifelong learning companion is possible, and if possible, how soon it will be. Am I right, Hui?
So there's no answer.
I think I talking about I think it may be partially possible. Because if you want to develop lifelong learning companion, we need to have the students' data. But right now the student data are disputes on different school or different community, but in some for example, many still have the Gmail. So if they own the Gmail or you use or the Microsoft account, and so they will accumulate long-term data about the school or about the student. So I think it may be possible, but because the data is I have a privacy issue, so it must be the solve. For example, government to deal with the private data or have some a third party to deal with the private data. So they the data can be accumulate for some students. So we can build a lifelong learning companion. It's my thinking.
Okay, maybe I have some comments very quickly. Well, from my point of view, lifelong learning companion is possible. Well, my personally, I think my iPhone is my personal learning companion. I use my iPhone when I wake up, and I do not use my iPhone when I go to sleep. I try to not to use my iPhone when I wake up, but finally failed. So I think, well, from my point of view, my iPhone is my learning companion, but it's up to how to define the lifelong learning companion. And Zhi-Hong, do you have any words?
I think 2 years ago, if we say we want to use the generative AI, maybe it's a dream. Yeah, but today everyone can use a generative AI. So in a sense, it's a dream come true. I mean, technology is advanced very quickly and almost beyond our imagination. So if AIoT, 因为the Chih-Yuen mentioned we need to collect many data about the profile, learning profile. So if we have AIoT technology, strong AIoT technology, it can collect many data about the learning process, and we also have the AI technology can smart to interact with the student. Maybe the system can collect more data about the student, and for a long time, maybe the lifelong learning company can realize. Yeah. My key point is technology advance very quickly. Maybe maybe now is a big dream, but the dream will come true. Potentially will come true. Yeah.
Can I raise another question or comment? It's another one, because okay, early this morning, Professor Galton Biswas asked why I put the word humane in the title of this forum, talking about the humane artificial learning companions. So this raises the question, why do we have companion? And then when we are talking about companion, we are talking about also the companionship. So what does it mean by companionship? In this way, can we say my student is my companion, my teacher in Hong Kong is my companion, my wife is my companion, your wife is your companion, your husband is your companion. So companionship, something like we spend time with some people. So this is the companionship. But however, the type of interaction depends on the roles. So that's why I think companion, the work itself is humane. Of course, for learning, sometimes suppose we have 3 companions, I myself and 1 good companion, 1 bad companion. And then people, well, Confucius say that we can learn something from the good companion. Imitate the good behavior and the knowledge from this good companion. And then we can also learn from bad companion. Everything, well, something doing bad by this companion, we should avoid to do it. And we understand why we shouldn't do it. So we learn both. But anyway, this is the cognitive part. And also companionship must deal with this emotional thing, these affective things. Affective means something you have more confidence. You have a safe environment, and then you have some attachment, and then you can continue something, and then you are interested in something, and then continue to do something you are interested to engage it. So this is another view of companionship. This is my comment anyway.
Okay, thanks, Viola. Very valuable comment. Any further questions?
Professor Gong is there.
Gong?
Linda is there. Linda Koch is there. I don't know.
Yeah, I joined just
in,
around half an hour. So what I heard, of course, about learning companion, whether it is lifelong learning is still debatable, and no matter how the technologies or the generative AI move on. But of course, my concern is now we have the generative AI is composed from the transformer. So this morning I heard that all the experienced researcher focusing on the critical thinking, because the generative AI is combine all the text and then produce the answer in the poem. But if what I heard, my concern at this point of time is in a few years' time, the rational GPT, people are investing $1 million of US dollar to see how to make the next generation to be rational. That is, the answer is not just by combination, generation. So that will be another challenge when everything, or most probably 99.9% of the answer are correct, not just like now. Maybe sometimes it is more correct, sometimes it's more critical thinking is needed to make use of the text generated from. Actually, we do a lot now. Many of the possibilities yes, are possible, but actually we find that we still need to do a lot of work for the teacher if they really want to use the existing prompt engineering to develop self-regular learning. This morning they said a lot about self-regular learning. I think it's not an easy task. Yes, we can, and actually we are striving. My class is nearly finished. After 3 months, we had the teacher development as well as the support the administrative staff to learn how to write on the ChatGPT to be more productive. So, but all these tasks are not easy actually. So it's still a distance from we can produce really quality work at ease. Yes, we can produce quality work, but still need much effort to achieve what we are. But if in 1, 2, or 3 years time, if another generation is generating more rational information, then the learning companion will have another level. Now, the learning companion is partially companion. Partially is not, because it's not totally correct. Then you need a lot of effort, or the teacher's effort, to differentiate which are okay, which are not okay, right? So the companion, yes, this is a partial companion, not a total companion as the tutor system, because the tutor system is an expert system that everything is correct. But unfortunately, the student model will be very difficult to rely on in the past several decades. How can you build a huge student model? So now you don't have the student model now. Now what you have is the student and the teachers writing on the ChatGPT to do something. So this is mimic the previous companion idea, but actually a lot of differences is between the previous learning companion and currently what we are pursued for using the ChatGPT as a learning companion. A lot of differences is put up a lot of challenges. So if we talk about lifelong, that will be quite a distance away from us now, currently. What my is maybe not a dream, but what I'm trying to do is to put the existing one, OpenAI can support individualized learning, not actually not personalized learning, not, I means individualized only, not personalized, because we are not going to adapt, because the system is not going to adapt. Only the human is going to adapt what you provide, and then I do something, and so that I can learn something, or I can be critical, independent in some sense. So this morning, they are all very experienced researchers, and their idea, to my understanding, is really insightful. And this afternoon, of course, I heard because I come just an hours ago with Zhi-Hong, and I hope that what college researchers are doing now is productive, but we must be insightful, because things are changing very fast. Everybody are riding on this fast train, but I have a very confident way of developing people. Of course, it's from Wise perspective of being humanistic. No way out, only humanistic, no way out, because the technology is cool, the human is warm. Now we need hotness. We need warmth. So that's why I don't care how the technology move, how fast it is, or how far they go. This is the technology development. But human development, no matter today or 10 years after today, we still need the human development of all baby or 10 years old baby kids. They still need our support to be powerful and competent in the era of AI. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks. I'm curious, Ulrich or Nianxin, would you want to add some words?
Maybe this. I mean, what Hui-Chun now addressed, I had it also on my agenda, and I hope to take that up in the next discussion of the next panel. I think we are now running out of time, but we have another panel. And I would be very happy if we could reflect on these things in the next panel.
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Yes, we have run out of our time. So thank you for joining this panel, and we look forward to next panel, which is hosted by Ulrich. Okay, see you all guys soon. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.